Hey guys, so my name is Ashley, as you guys know. I wanted to talk a little bit about challenge groups. So we've been sharing with you guys all about, you're gonna get into a challenge group as a new coach and what that looks like, but what happens when you wanna run a challenge group? So every coach kind of does it differently, but I wanna give you just a general overview of what that could look like for yourself. So obviously we have a ton of resources in our Inspiration Crew Google Drive. If you go to the challenge group folder, you'll see just folders and folders and folders full of resources, of posting schedules, of ideas for names of groups, whether they're free groups or 4-day group or 5-day groups or 3-day groups or month-long groups. There's a bunch of resources in there for you. So never feel like you have to decide and come up with something on your own. One of the biggest things that somebody told me when I first became a coach was don't reinvent the wheel. And now I had a little bit of reinventing to do myself as kind of the starter of this team, but I started to save everything that I could so that I could give it to you and to my coaches, and so that they could all just be able to just help each other with being successful. So these challenge group resources are there for you. So as a new coach, when you're getting excited to start your own challenge group, when you're a new coach, you're obviously in your sponsor coaches challenge group. If you're not, for some reason, it could have been just a mess up, but make sure you get into one. You need a place where you can hold yourself accountable, because that's what's gonna help you hold other people accountable. So one, make sure that you're in your own challenge group. Two, once you are a new coach and you're itching to start a challenge group, one thing that I want to make sure is that you want to make sure that you're going through your training first, but also before you jump the gun to host a 30-day challenge group on your own, I really encourage you to host a free group first. A free group can be anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 days. Don't make it any longer than that, because then it's too long for a free group. You're giving away too much of your time and resources for something that's free. And for a free group, you want to make sure to just give them a little taste of what working with you would be like at an actual challenge group. So get plugged in with doing a free group. That could be anything. You could use it with Beachbody On Demand. You could do a fun, a HIIT group or a clean eating group or a Mason Dar salad group. You could do a booty lifting group. I mean, whatever comes to mind that you enjoy, you could do it. It could be about sewing. It could be about makeup. I mean, it could be anything that you want it to be. It's a free group. It's a place for you to hold other people accountable and have fun with them. One thing that I've always done in my free groups is try to tie it all together. So I have the topic of what I want to, host the group about, but then I also weave in a little bit of personal development in there. I maybe give them a little workout schedule, because I'm going for general overall wellness in the group. So again, a free group is a great way to start out. Pair up with another person who's a new coach. Pair up with a couple new coaches. It really takes the pressure off of you starting a challenge group for the first time by yourself. It helps so much to have somebody to do it with, to plan with, to post with, to support people in there with. It just makes it a little bit more fun. So 2 things, start with a free group. Second thing, do it with a partner or a little pod of people, because it makes it really, really fun. And then from there, so you're going to invite to a free group. Make sure that on your post it says free. Make sure you give the dates. Have a picture of you. Don't just do a stock photo. Make it personal so that they know exactly when they see that image that it's with you. They know when it starts. They know that it's free and that you are the person behind it. So make sure that it's appealing to the eye. Then from there, as you get people interested, you're going to host a free group on Facebook. You don't want to use the Beachbody On Demand Tracker app, because then they have to create a whole account, and you don't want them to have to do that yet until they join an actual challenge group of yours. So start with Facebook, create a fun group where you just add a cover photo, you write a little description in there, and that's where you're going to post every single day. They have an awesome option in there now on Facebook where you can actually schedule the post. So schedule a couple posts in there if you're not going to be able to wake up early one day to post your post in there. So that's kind of what you're going to do with a free group. What I usually do is I run it for, maybe 5 days, 3 to 5 days. Then that last day is when I make sure that I already have my actual challenge group for the next month open. Now this is where I'm going to stop you. If you are a new coach and maybe you don't have an actual challenge group yet, maybe you're not hosting a full month-long one yet, maybe you yourself haven't even gone through one yet, but you were itching to do a free group. So what you're going to do is still go ahead and invite, in a post in your free group and publicly on Instagram stories, all that kind of stuff. But you're going to invite them to an accountability group with you. And I always invite them kind of saying something like, maybe it's in a video or a message, and I'm like, hey, thank you so much for joining my challenge group or my free group. I hope that you enjoyed yourself and felt like it was so fun to be a part of a community. I hope that you really felt what that accountability can feel like. I just wanted to invite you to my next challenge group, and what it's going to be is a little bit more specific and a little bit more intense than this. You're going to have me as your coach. I'm going to help you find a program that works for you and a meal plan, and just really help you on this overall wellness and lifestyle journey. I would love to support you and help you reach any of your health and fitness goals that you have. What do you think? And it could be something simple like that. Obviously, that's just like literally off the top of my head, but it can be something just like that, and you invite them to that month-long group. Now, when you're doing that full month-long group, that's one that you want to run in the Challenge Tracker app. Of course, some people still use Facebook, and that's totally fine. A lot of us use the Tracker app because it's nice, and what happens is you can actually keep all of your posts from whatever groups that you posted in the past. So for me, I've been using it for a year, so I'm about to be able to come up onto another year where I can go back and I can see those posts already in my library and just kind of recycle them into a group that's similar to what I ran last year in March or February, April, whenever I'm gonna run it. So you can kind of see how that's beneficial. You can also schedule things in there now, and it just makes it a really great place for your challengers to track their workouts, track their Shakeology, track their measurements, and check in with you. It's just a really nice professional place to hold a challenge group. So when you are hosting a challenge group, obviously, again, you're gonna make a post about it and you share a little bit about it. Feel free to look at some of my examples on Ashley Smith Fitness or any other coaches. You can see how they've kind of done that. You could do it just with a picture of you. You can do some words. Again, telling them not the price, but you want to tell them that, what they're going to be getting: accountability, community, a meal plan, an amazing superfood shake, workouts, a tracking app, all that kind of stuff. Tell them that, tell them the dates, and then have an engaging picture or two of you. And that's a really great way to put out your post for your challenge group. Again, obviously sharing in your Instagram stories, your Facebook stories, all that kind of stuff too about that actual group. And then when you run that, same thing. In the Google Drive, we have resources upon resources for posting schedules for a 21 or a 30-day kind of group, with pictures, with ideas of what to post, and we share that all the time and update those all the time. So you never have to feel like you don't know what to do, because it literally is all there for you. You just have to decide you're going to bite the bullet and do it. Again, partner up with somebody. You're nervous to start your own challenge group, but you have people interested, then partner up with another new coach, or if you just got a few, ask your upline coach if you can put them into their group. So as a new coach, that's often what you'll find is that in your first month or two, your sponsor coach will allow you to add your coaches or your customers into their group. And you'll just say, awesome, I'm so excited, I'm gonna get you all set up. You go with them, you help them sign up with your link, and you get them their challenge pack, all that stuff. You send your email to your coach that's hosting the group, they get them in there, and you just say, I'm so excited to support you on this journey. You and I are gonna work together. We're gonna be in my coach's group. She's gonna run this amazing group, and I cannot wait to do this with you. That's all that they need to know. You're gonna be there to support them no matter what. It doesn't matter that you're not necessarily hosting it that first month. So give yourself a little bit of grace with challenge groups. I know it's exciting and everyone wants to bite the bullet and host one first, but definitely do a free group first. It allows your audience and your people to, one, do something for free, which is what everybody wants to do. They also get to know you. They get to know who you are as a coach. How are you gonna support them? How are you gonna be there for them? Are you gonna give them resources? Are you gonna give them ideas and love on them throughout this journey? So that's something to really make sure you remember and start with before you start a full 30-day group, and then move into that invite. Anybody who likes or comments on these posts that you make, reach out to them. Hey, Ashley, I saw that you liked my challenge group post last night. Were you just giving me some love? Are you actually interested? I would love to tell you more about it if so. Something so simple like that, but you're allowing yourself to get in conversation with them and build some connection with them. So don't be afraid of the invite. Don't be afraid to put it out there. Don't be afraid that you're not ready to host a group yet. Do a free group, go into a regular accountability group, and it can be anything. Some people will do a specific group for one program. Some people, like myself, will do where it's just an overall theme for their group, and then they pair their people up with a program that works for them. I personally like that best because everyone's not going to want to do the same program, and you really eliminate people when you do that. So get them set up with a challenge pack. Use your BB links or the back office links and sign them up with a challenge pack that works for them and their Shakeology, help them get started, help them get into a tracker app, and just support them. Your job is to support them and love on them and help them get results, whatever their goals and their results are. So that's what's so fun about a challenge group. It's just a place for you to hold people accountable. So don't be nervous that you don't know what to do. Of course, ask questions, watch this video, and ask your coach for help if you need it, but also know that there are so many resources all over our team page and all over our Google Drive folder. So don't feel like you don't know what to do. Ask questions and don't be nervous. Partner up with somebody else and just give it a try, especially after that first month of you tagging along with maybe your upline coach. Go ahead and put yourself out there. That's the only way you learn. It might not be perfect. I look back on my first challenge groups and they were like nothing great. They've gotten way better. But again, I've been a coach for 3.5 years now. So of course they're gonna get better. So they evolve over time. You learn as a coach, but the only way you learn is by busting through that fear and just doing it and being okay to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Let's do this instead. You know, it's totally fine. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're learning and when you're getting good at something. You have to kind of stumble a little bit. So fail forward, bust through that fear, and get excited about hosting your own challenge groups, and make sure you reach out to your coach if you've got any questions.